Very easy. Very, very easy. Because since we're people who are instinctively ready to respond against acts of injustice, anytime there's one little act of injustice, we can blow it up and we'll find people who come and make some mass demonstration around it. Miss Sally lost a job. Let's rally. She'll get a job back. People will come and rally. So-and-so got kicked out of school because the teacher's unjust. The unjust, the people will come and rally. They will come to rally at issues. And this is what mobilization does. It mobilizes people around issues. Those of us who are revolutionary are not concerned with issues. We're concerned with the system. The difference must be properly understood. The difference must be properly understood. Mobilization usually leads to reform action, not to revolutionary action. If we would look scientifically at the October 16 million and more march, we would see clearly that this was a mobilized event, not an organized event. We must know clearly the difference between mobilization and organization. One of the characteristics of mobilization is that it is temporary. Organization is permanent and eternal. Clear differences must be made because the unconscious can usually be captured easily around one-issue items, around mobilization items, but it's hard to catch them around organization. But these unconscious must be brought to organization. We must transform mobilization to organization. We say the enemy will come and use mobilization to demobilize us. Many brothers and sisters who've been to the million and more march will say to you, I was there. But what are you doing today, my sister? I was there. There weren't too many sisters out there, but you know, with a million brothers together, you know where I had to be. I was there. And then, of course, you find brothers, yeah, I was there. I helped you. What are you doing today, brother? If we're not careful, we allow mobilization to become events. The struggle is never an event. It's a process, a continual, eternal process. We say it's our job to use mobilization to drive us to organization. You know our theme is organization. We want power. We don't want money. We don't want fame. We don't want fortune. We don't want popularity. We want power. Power. And power comes only from the organized masses. Therefore, since this is what we're concerned with, power, and we as a Pan-Africanist, we have every right to be concerned with it. Africa, after all, is the richest continent on the face of the earth. Properly organized, should be the most powerful continent on the face of the earth. Therefore, our drive towards power is clear. We want power, and we can only have power through the organized masses. Of course, capitalism, a system which in deforming our thinking always seeks to make it appear as if the organized masses is some unattainable goal. Even the other day when speaking to a sister who's been involved in activities over a period of years, she said, Kwame Ture, so when you say a mass party, what do you mean? I said, I mean a mass party. She said, but the APRP goes everywhere in England, they go in the Caribbean, in the United States, in Africa, and they're always saying about a mass party. What do you mean? I said, every African in the world inside our party. She said, are you going to get that? I said, that's what I'm working for. And if I don't get it, my granddaughter going to get it. But I'm working for it. Her disbelief comes from the fact that capitalism tells us that, well, you can be scientific about everything except human nature. That people are so different, they have such different tastes, such different tra-la-la-la, that you can't bring them together under the same roof. This is a lie. We will never tire of saying it. Capitalism does not lie some of the time. It lies all of the time. When it tells the truth, it's a result of a double lie. It's a logical fact. It's a logical fact. So capitalism has this belief that you can't organize all the people around the same thing. That's not true. You can organize all the people around one thing, truth. Now, what capitalism will try to make it appear as if the truth is not one truth, but anybody can have the truth. This is stupidity. Nobody's born with the truth inside of them. If they were, they wouldn't need to live. We come to know the truth from outside of us. Some people think that they know the truth because they were born to know the truth. That's a lie. You know the truth from constant struggle against lies. That's how you know the truth. Constant struggle against lies. For example, they try to make it appear as if we Africans will not arrive at uniting ourselves even the question around our identity. Well, you may call some of them Africans, but some call themselves black, some still call themselves colored, that's fact, they do that. But this is because they've been miseducated by a system which seeks to keep us divided, and this is the truth. This is it. Obviously, we cannot be, all of us, so many different things. We must be one thing. Of course, for our party, there's no question. As for the United African Movement, we're Africans. End of discussion. End of discussion. This struggle is not an easy struggle. The struggle to go from Negro to black was a difficult struggle. Capitalism did everything to roll it back. He even had us confused. I'm not black, look at me, I'm brown colored. Yes. I'm not black, I got Indian blood in me. What nonsense they didn't have us say just to run away from the truth. We told them then, it is more difficult to go from Negro to black than it is to go from black to African. Many people criticized us for our efforts. Oh, in the 1970s, we had our last press conference, we said, we're going to put the word Africans on the lip of every African in America, and we're not going to use the capitalist media press. And we have done it, and we have not used the capitalist media press. As a matter of fact, the capitalist media press, in trying to stop us from going to Africans in America, tried to throw out African Americans. They did it. We saw the whole scene. It's our job. We followed it carefully. Of course, they want to say African Americans. Of course, that keeps us exactly where we are. If you're African American, you're not the same like an African Kenyan. And certainly not the same like an African Brazilian. And certainly not the same like an African Trinidadian, etc., etc., etc. But once you're just African, ain't no question. Ain't no question. You African, yeah, where you were born? Trinidad. You African, yeah, where were you born? Uganda. You African, yeah, where were you born? Egypt. You African, yeah, all Africans. Once you have proper identity, one of your biggest problems is solved.
Mr. Deity.
But most important goddesses were black, not just for the Africans now in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the golden fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a...
That's LadyWarriorsROP.com. After 75 years of experience in building organization in our community, Dr. L. has put together a special special report that can help us further move towards our goal. 11 steps. Consideration for empowering African-centered organization. Get your copy. Start your conversation. Do the work. Get your copy at MaribaKelsey.com. Once again, get your copy at MaribaKelsey.com. That's MORBAKELLKELSEY.com. Now, family, it's time for us to get started.
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, kids back.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. But first, take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath. Take it.
Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink.
Take a breath. Take your breath.
Now, grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass.
Lift your pitcher of that water.
Or bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. What? Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family. This is Brother High Tim coming at you live with the Daily Toast. This is our pandemic time, I guess. You know, I'm like, shh. Family, let me put it this way. I have had somebody out there in the spirit realm reading my mind, right? So I ain't gonna say the name. If she out there, she want to say her name, she can. But I go out to my car and she live, and you know, or she predict what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's like we got some. Listen, let me put it this way. We got some incredible people in our community, incredible people in our circle. Right? And because we are caught up with Western mythology, we don't know where to place them or how to use them. I have sisters that dream. I have a daughter that's a dreamer. And when I say dreamer, I ain't just talking about somebody that has a vision of something. I'm talking about somebody who could see some shit coming. And we, because of where we are, and how we've been taught to think, we're taught to just ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? I literally walked out watching the video, sat down, did what Brother High Tim do when I go outside. And they basically was like, that's what you're doing. Like, I mean, I'm not on the live. I'm not talking. I even haven't made my presence known. I'm sitting up here like, damn, okay. Well. So then, in the morning, because before I get in the tub or take a shower or do whatever I'm gonna do to get ready for the day, I go through the news to see if there's anything that I need to share. So I get a ding. So I go right back to the same sister stuff. And they sitting down watching the video. You know what I'm saying? The same video I was just watching yesterday. I'm sitting up here like, man. And I said, man, you get off of my mind. Get out of my mental space. What is you doing? You know what I'm saying? But we got people in our community like this. And because we have been so abused in this system, we don't know how to use them, because in our traditional society, we wouldn't know where to place them. Those would be priestesses or priests and priestesses. But right now, we just look at it and we be like, oh, they just talking crazy. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I got two daughters that are dreaming, and both of them struggle with it because nobody seems to get it. So they got to call me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you know, and you just got to listen. You be like, yo, you know, did you see, you get any numbers yet? You get that lotto number yet? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's focus. I need you to focus. What's coming? You know what I'm saying? But more than just for the monetary gain, but it's like they know they can feel when major stuff is happening. And because we're not able to tune in and use that and trust in what they do, we miss it. You know what I'm saying? So for example, just imagine somebody saying something to you back in December about something major coming in April. I want you to think about that. Just imagine somebody just this December telling you that something was coming, but they didn't want to describe it to you because it made them feel uncomfortable. I have a young woman in my life like that. Matter of fact, I got 3 of them. One of them self-medicates heavily. The other one self-medicates as well, right? And the other one, she didn't mention it to me. She mentioned it to somebody else. We discussed that this morning. Now, but I'm going to say this. One of my daughters would not talk about it because she been having stuff like this for so long that she just keeps that type of stuff to herself. And it's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what are we missing on? What are we missing out on? Because we do know that we come from a tradition of people that were able to see shit. And part of the issue is we started not listening. So I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi right now because it appears that I'm froze. Let's see what's going on with the Restream IO. Is the Restream IO freezing? But I don't know if I'm still going out there. Brother Kwame, if you can hear me out there, right? If you can hear me, Mama Margarita is having problems with her phone, and you know she uses an Apple. And I don't know if you might be able to call her and walk her through some of that, because the only thing I got to tell her is to turn off the Apple and reset it, and that hasn't worked. So I don't know, maybe she got a lot of it might be something she might need to clear out or something. But it looked like I'm frozen on everything this morning. So before we move on, I want to make sure we get the toast out. Well, the Wi-Fi appears to be working, but can anybody out there? Well, if I'm froze, you wouldn't be able to tell me anyway, right? Ain't that something? So anyway, so let's keep it moving. So last night we had our show and our discussion, tribal quotes, and like I said, and please understand, the shows, I'm still froze. Let me see at least if the sound is coming through. Let's see if the sound. Yeah. So the picture frame. All right, cool. So long as the sound getting through, that's because I started with podcast anyway, and that's what I do better anyway. So let's keep it moving. All right. So last night on the show, we discussed 3 proverbs, and in the proverbs, because like I said, one of the things I want people to understand about the proverbs is that a lot of this stuff does not apply to everybody. It comes from a cultural perspective. And part of the issue that I believe with us is that we're looking at stuff outside of our cultural perspective. And we're looking at individual outside of our culture and treating them as if they are part of our culture. So we expect certain things out of them, and because they're not part of our culture, they are operating from a different view of the world. And because they're operating from the different view of the world, and they are familiar with our view of the world, they can take advantage. Right? This is why we constantly on Gye-Nyame is always talking about borders and creating borders. Right? Of course, in the personal life, in our family lives, in our tribal lives, in our community lives. You know what I'm saying? There has to be borders. We have to know who's on the inside and who's on the outside. We have to be very clear about that, at least 85% of the time. Of course, you're always going to have some people that's flipping and flopping, but at least 85%, we have to be clear on who's on the inside and who's on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Those fluctuators, you know what I'm saying? You could tax them, or you could throw a tariff on their ass, or you feel like being active this month. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Here's the tariff for doing ideas and spreading your fuckery in our village. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, so or here's a certain task that the family need accomplished, that the tribe need accomplished, that the community need accomplished. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be your tax. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because we're moving to a point where we are going to have to start. We're gonna have to start taxing ourselves. And some of us do. Some of us, like, as soon as I threw up the support piece, people was like, shit, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I even, and what was the funniest part about the support piece is when you get those old school people, and you got to, I'm sitting up here like, I'm just so used to going and just, all right, that's a link. I click the link and I go straight to where I'm supposed to go to, and I push a couple of buttons and I'm done. And for me, that's easy, but for people who don't do that shit, and those are a lot of times, those are the people that really want to support you. They be like, yo, man, this shit is not working. I said, just click the link. What's the link? Oh, God. Hold on. Okay. All right, cool. So we're going to have to come up with methods. And like I said, I got a couple of training videos that I have to work on. But like I said, and I'm going to try to knock a lot out this weekend and also do some work for the DigiFest, because I have to experiment with these links. So some of y'all might be receiving some links because I want to try to pull up multiple people up on the screen and see how it works, because I done figured out, well, actually, the dude that created the process has showed me how to control the sound. So I'm going to definitely need to do a sound check with musicians. Because part of this process is that it's supposed to cut down some of the lag, some of the latency. So we should be able to get musicians to be able to play in different places at the same time, which will work perfectly for the drum call that we're going to do. And for those that don't know, DigiFest is coming up. DigiFest is on June 20th at a computer near you. All you have to do is come to GNJmedia.live. That's GNJmedia.live, and you will be able to kick it off with us. Of course, I'm going to be in the Black Cave. I'm going to be controlling everything on the boards, and hopefully, maybe I might be able to get Juicy, because he one of Young Warriors that is working with OBS. Maybe I might be able to get him to assist me with some of that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Clea gonna be doing his thing. We're gonna have Ty Keys active. You know what I'm saying? But this the issue. People are gonna be all over the country. We're gonna have brother Kamati Carr coming on. We're gonna have brother Philip Shock Matthews coming from California. I know Kamati is on the East Coast. Philip Shock Matthews is on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where all the drummers going to be. Dr. Kelsey is down south. You know what I'm saying? So we having us basically a national event right here from 12 to 6 p.m. on June 20th, family. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. You need to have your face in the place. All right? But hey, but food for thought. So last night we was talking about these proverbs, and the proverb used a term that I wanted us to look at a little bit deeper, and we only did 2 of them. So with the African Openness to the Tree of Life, a workbook will be coming out, family, and I am going to push this workbook with all that's in me. This is why. Because this book is a life changer, and this book is a Gye-Nyame journey necessity. This is the book, right? This is the book. Like, of course, I got books, but this book right here, this is one of those life-changing books called The African Openness to the Tree of Life, right? And we gonna have a workbook for this so that you can walk through the process of scribing and understanding these proverbs from where you are. There's no right or wrong answers. There's just the conversation. There's the thought process that goes there. So we want to challenge everybody in Gye-Nyame Journey, everybody that's affiliated with Gye-Nyame Journey, to explore your thoughts, explore your feelings as you go through the ancient wisdom of our ancestors. What are the lessons that you could pull out? Because one of us out here has that divine equation sitting in our soul, just waiting for the spark. Just waiting for the spark. So here at Gye-Nyame Journey, we got to say stuff, we got to do stuff to try to remind you of who you are. You know what I'm saying? We have to pull it out because it's out there. It's in you. And all we responsible for is lighting that fire to get you to go out there and start pulling on it, start working with it, start bringing it out. Because a lot of this stuff that's going on is not right. And speaking of right, let's look at the definition. Because I said, what is right? Right? Because why did Erskine Peters choose to use the term right rather than righteousness? I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? The proverb goes, the first source, as he called it, rightness is the love of the first source, and the first source is in love with rightness. Not righteousness. It said rightness. I said, okay, cool. So, right. We're going to grab a Western dictionary right now, the frame of reference. Right. It's an adjective. In accordance with what is good, proper, or just. In conformity with fact, reason, truth, or some standard or principle. Correct. In conformity with fact, reason, truth, or some standard or principle. What's correct? Acting as a noun is a just claim or title, whether legal, prescriptive, or moral. A just claim. Where I heard that just claim thing at before. Okay. Sometimes rights. That's which is due to anyone by just claim, legal guarantees, moral principles. As an adverb in a straight or direct line, straight, directly, quite or completely, all the way. So you got all these different forms of right, but in accordance with what is good, proper, or just. And it says the first source is the love. Is in love. Better yet, because I want to get it right, because it says it two different ways, and I want y'all to catch that. I know you said, brother, that was last night. Rightness is the love of the first source, and the first source is in love with rightness. So it says rightness is the love of the first source, and the first source is in love with rightness. There's a difference there. There's a switch, right? And I'm gonna let y'all wrestle with that. But just some food for thought. Our ancestors already solved all our problems. Really, it's just a matter of us listening and utilizing, listening and putting into work what it is that they have for us. Some powerful stuff. So now, once again, it's coming soon. So I want y'all to be ready, because it's coming out digitally and it's coming out hardback, or as Terra House say, hard copy, right? Hard copy. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be able to get it on G&J Media, as well as be able to order the hardback. Because like I said, I'm the digital man in the family, right? Because people are like, brother, don't mess with that digital stuff. They could erase you. I'm like, yo, they could burn down your house. They could burn books. The ultimate information keeper is They got to kill that. And even in them killing that, I already done recreated myself about, I ain't going to even say, because then you give them a number and they're going to go out and try to go on and get them all. But I done recreated myself. And by the way, just for some of those people out there itching for some issues with us as a community, right? Family, I done had two of my little brothers already call in and check in. You know what I'm saying? Already. They just, they calling in, they checking in, right? What's going on? Because I know you chilling right now. They already done looked and be like, bruh, I already know you chilling right now. What's going on? Boom, boom, boom. What we need to do? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill right now. You know what I'm saying? Just, like I said, continue the conversations. Continue what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? But stay ready. Because if we ready, we don't have to get ready, right? So just in case, like I said, we're not totally defenseless. Never have been, never will be. Because our ancestors spit out some warriors. I'm talking about, and I'm not just talking about the mathematical warriors or the philosophical warriors or the teaching warriors. I'm talking about the warriors that, that we mostly think of in that context. We got those that enjoy that. Like Kwame, like math. We got individuals in our tribe and our family that they thrive on conflict. That's when they their best. They love it, right? The thrill of victory. They even like the agony of defeat. Any way you bring it, right? But they there. But the only piece is, are we mentally able to deal with them? Are we mentally able to accept them? Because many of them are in the same boat as my daughters that I described earlier. And my sister, because a lot of times they can't get understood because they wasn't built for this. They wasn't put here for this. But like I said, because we don't have a structure and stuff like that, we can't support people like that or even encourage them to go and pursue their gifts. We got to send them to the military. We got to send them to a sanitarium or send them into counseling and shit like that. But anyway. I digress. Let's get back on. Family, it's time for us to do the toast. Just want to drop some food for thought. Just some, just a little bit, we'll call it the old man ramble. All right? That's what I do. The old man ramble. I just run around and ramble. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. And I appreciate y'all for helping create this space so that I could do that. Family, make sure that you subscribe, like, and share. And we're going to go down the timeline a little bit. I want to show y'all what y'all have done, right? Because it's like when the shares go up, the numbers go up, the views go up. And I appreciate that. All right, so I got this last little bit of ambrosia. And since this bottle was done, that means that I have to start, because I will start separating and creating the different styles of the ambrosia, because it ain't that many. We got the, but this time I got to do a ginseng coffee, so I probably have 2 gallons of that, and I'm going to have 2 gallons of red, and of course I'm going to have the original. And if Kwame put his order in, then we'll go on and make that happen. But like I said, right now, family, those of you out there that might want to sample that ambrosia, I'm going to have the original, because I take, we do special orders. Oh, man. Still, this one is still feisty here. So let's get it. Are y'all ready? Am I still froze? I look like I'm still froze. Let me go to Facebook. Let me just go to Facebook real quick, because this is bothering me. Sitting up here, we got the house wired up and all that, and you got wires running all through here. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to bring the wires all through here. And you mean even when I connect, I'm having problems? I'm connected straight to the Wi-Fi. Not even the Wi-Fi. I'm not even using Wi-Fi. I'm using Ethernet. Let's see. Where we at? Are y'all ready? Am I still froze? I look like I'm still froze. Let me go to Facebook. Yeah, I'm still froze. What in the hell is going on here? Let me just go to Facebook real quick, because this is bothering me. Sitting up here, I'm froze. Wow, I'm froze. Got the house wired up and all that. But yo, on Facebook, they got wires running all through here. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to. They are writing it out here. And you mean even when I connect, I'm having problems? I'm connected straight to the. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. That means something going on possibly with my. Yeah, I'm froze on there. So what's going on with that? All right. So this is what's going to happen, family. All right, I'm going to need y'all to tune right back in, because I am about to stop and start this stream. Or better yet, I'm not going to stop that stream. I am going, because on OBS, on my OBS, I'm cool. On my other OBS, I'm not cool. Problem. I could say, well, like, for example, on my OBS, I'm still moving, right? So what's going on? And then I could look at my other OBS and it's back up and it's running. So I stopped this one from streaming to that one, and that helped solve the problem, right? So there's ways, there's workarounds. So so I didn't have to shut down the stream. So here we go. Let's go to our libation page. No, we don't want the Drink Your Water song. We want the Daily Toaster page. We're going to bring that up. Brother Kwame says, and by the way, a lot of that stuff is not popping up either. Oh, you leaving that for me? You leaving that for me? All right. Let's see. Okay, they just getting this Facebook, Margarita. Hold on. It says, dang, I ain't even getting all the messages. Wow. All right, it's cool. That means we doing something right. Don't worry about it. So here we go. First off, family, we want to give honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass. We salute that creator. And guess what we say? That's right. The mighty word. Ashe. Keeping everything in the cultural context, right? We say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? From there, we move on to our personal ancestors. Our personal ancestors. So, let's go as far as we can by memory, and then we will move on. So here we go. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin and Tex, and Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Chris and Fanny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Marco Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, About Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard Jr., Man, I stopped at John Fallard Jr., Man Williams. Hold on. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Tex, Andy Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Chris Pendergaston, Eileen, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Marco Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, About Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pet Mount Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamau, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Algeny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Gail Pulley, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Natalie Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Ago Sosu, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Nadi Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Trisha Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Fred Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachla Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stober, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Germania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Vale, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Danny Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hannah Vester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis. We stopped there yesterday. Oh man, Eugene Jackson Sr., yep, Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander. Oh man, and I'm doubting myself right now. That was going on. Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Diddy Monaries, Gina Roop Jones, Janet Callahan. William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFridas Highs, Inez Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scanapay, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, County, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pino Carter, Mark Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles D. Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans, Sr., Samuel Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Suan Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Carter, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim DeGauche, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Morgan Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry, Tom McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hashtag Cleater, Mother Gibson, Axe Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robin Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Corporal, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Martha, Chappelle Jackson, I'm missing something. Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Joe Dina Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlton Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Madison Cooper, George Swan, Imania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Evans McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We move on to Joella Giles. We have James Carswell. We got Liberta Adams, also known lovingly as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lunk, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilly, Angeline Gans, Sharifa Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monga III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Deshandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henrietta 62nd, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Jessica Carr White, Desi Woods, Tilara Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nanny Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Wester, Alice Wester, Ivy Wester, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toop the Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita Florine Smith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Jenna Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Therese Biddle, Levon Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesland, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, Ashonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh. Family, we lift up our glass and we salute each and every last one of our ancestors as we do on a daily basis. And once again, we have done it. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. 4 years, over 4 years, we have been doing this on a daily basis. Over 4 years, right? Right? The show done lasted longer than some people's marriages. We have been together for a long time, right? We lift up our glass and we salute our ancestors, and we thank them for opening the doors for us. We thank them for taking care of us. We thank them for being a foundation upon which we stand. We lift up our glass and we salute those ancestors. And for anybody that want to add their ancestors to the list, by all means, post them up on the timeline now, or hit us up on our Facebook page, right? Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Gye-Nyame Journey Media on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like the page, get in there, deliver us a message with your ancestors, and we got you. Also, you can also hit us up on our Discord if you are in our Discord, right? So we lift up our glass and we say the words, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to the present moment. Right now, we are on the marvelous day of Nia, And as I usually do, I want to give all of those Nia babies a round of applause. All right, Nia babies, y'all cold with it. Y'all cold with it. And y'all got my favorite color on black women. Oh, my God. Ain't nothing like a black woman in yellow. Yellow just, oh my God. I don't know what it is about yellow, and especially not the softer yellow. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Whew. All right. Calm down, boy. Whew. Lord have mercy. I be seeing some of those dark-skinned girls, some of them dark-skinned women on, oh my God. When they be having on yellow, I mean, even hints of yellow, like those kente cloth dresses with the little hints of yellow. Oh, my God. And that yellow just be bouncing up off that skin. It's just, oh. I know. I'm sorry. Lord have mercy. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right. Anyway, and in the present moment, we are on Nia. Lord have mercy. All right, come on. Come on, man. Get back. Why, these, oh man, black women get me excited. I'm sorry. Anyway, whew, I need a cigarette. Just was thinking about it. Lord have mercy. Black women in yellow. Lord have mercy. All right, Nia. For we are toasting this present moment, and in this moment, family, we are once again on Nia. I ask you to activate your reticular formation, and let's start finding our principles. The more we start finding our principles, when we start looking for our principles, the more we'll start seeing our principles. The more we start seeing our principles, the more we be reminded that we need to practice our principles. The more we start practicing our principles, the more right we become. And the more right we become, the more the first source is in love with us. Our first source is in love with us, right? Man, all right, brought that all the way back around. Anyway, so find Nia today. We out here looking for Nia. Of course, you can find other principles, but family, if you find Nia, by all means, post it up. Hashtag Nia found, hashtag Nia on the loose, hashtag Nia on the run, hashtag Nia in action, hashtag Nia day, hashtag Nia baby, hashtag Nia, hashtag Nia, Nia Kwanzaa, hashtag Nia. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just something with the Nia. Post it up on our timeline. It don't have to be all those, just one. We trying to categorize it because, family, we're doing a newsletter. Newsletter will be coming out soon. So when we start curating for the newsletter, we want to be able to have each day represents. Now, I'm just trying to be fair because Tuesday got it going. Oh, my God, old push-up. But Coogee got it going on. Coogee Chagalia got it going on. So I'm just trying to give everybody a head start before I go and activate the Coogee Chagalia tape, right? Because this is going to be popping. I'm just trying to give y'all a head start. Because we already, we got our room in Discord. I just wanted to give you a head start. So now, here we go. So for those that don't speak the language, and if you don't speak the language, you need to go to G&J Media. You need to go to our free e-course. It's free, gnjecourse.com, free, gnjecourse.com. So, of course, Nia means purpose. The mnemonic principle for the day is balance. The color is yellow. Rhythm is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kofi. Female name is Afua. All right? And while I'm in a moment, I want to send a shout out to Juicy because Juicy asked a great question yesterday. He says, how do we know it's right? Family, this is, and maybe I didn't answer last night, this is where the principles come into alignment, right?
Does it adhere to what the Nguzo Saba tells you? Does it align with Mayat and the principles that flow from Mayat? Is what you doing in truth? Is it truth? What you doing? What you following? Is it delivering justice? Is it righteous? Is does it fit into the cycle of reciprocity? You know what I'm saying? Is it beneficial in the process of reciprocity? Right? Does it bring balance? Right? Does it support the order of, not the world order, but the order of your community? Because all these things, it has to come from a community base. It has to come from a tribal base, and that's what a lot of people don't get. And last but not least, does it provide harmony within our circle, within our tribe, within our families, within our community? Now, for other people, it might do the opposite for that. But what we have to be concerned about first is what's going on in our tribes, in our villages, and eventually our nation, our city, our state, or whatever. It starts from us and it vibrates out. And of course, some people that want to take advantage of what we do are always going to be illy affected by us adhering to our first source, by doing what's right for our first source. Because our first source does not serve them. In fact, they want us to come and serve their first source. Or in layman's terms, they want us to serve their God. They want us to serve their principles, follow their principles, adhere to those. They want us to follow their laws because it gives them power. But when you adhere to your stuff, and I understand we might be on your land and stuff, so I could obey certain things, but once it start coming into conflict with who we are, that's when we have to talk. That's when we have to let them know. That's when we have to, this is why one of the major pieces that we going to have to make sure that our young people understand, and some of us that's older now, we have to get out of the mind frame that is our responsibility to make everybody feel comfortable in the room. That is no longer our job, because everybody being comfortable in the room is what allowed George Floyd to happen. Everybody being comfortable in the room is what allowed what's been going on here for so long to continue going on, because everybody is comfortable. But anyway, so we cover the present moment. We lift up our glass. More food for thought. We lift up our glass to this present moment. We recognize the power in this moment. We recognize our responsibility in this moment. And we raise our glass and we salute. And we say, Ashe. From there, we move to our future generations. We move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. And we lift up the glass and we say, what? Ashe. From there, family, we move to all of our relations and we toast. And we say, Ashe. From all our relation, family, where do we go? It's very simple. You ready? This is their selfish toast. What do you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? What principle do you need to see right now to move towards your greatness? What is it that you need in this moment right now to move towards your greatness? We lift up our glass, and what do we say? We say the powerful word, Ashe. From there, family, last but not least, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, the most inspiring. Right? The most fabulous, fantastic, beautiful, spectacular, wise, inspirational, brave, and courageous individual in the room. I raise my glass up to you, and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Now, what some of y'all need to do is, when y'all know I'm about to get to the part in the toast where I'm going to salute you, y'all need to turn it up loud so people can hear that somebody is toasting you. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I want everybody to experience the love that you get from Gye-Nyame, right? I want them to be jealous. I want some of that too. Yeah, you got to find it on your own, because I ain't giving you this. You got to find it on your own. That's my tribe. You know what I'm saying? That's my tribe. If it was for you, you would have had it. You would have found it. And if you really want it, you're going to go out and get it. Right? So we raise our glass, and I'm going to sip the final. Oh, it's ready. Yep. Seems like you're ready. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. So let's ram down the news timeline just real quick because I got to get out of here. Brother got to get out of here. Got to get. I got to make about 30 calls today. Please don't get in my way. Because I know some of y'all be, I mean, and I can't not take call from my family, man. It's crazy. I be like, oh, shit, I'm on the road. No. But some of y'all got, because some of y'all not satisfied with your conversation. So I will step past your call, okay? Because y'all can't have no short conversation. Y'all don't know how to do it. So I'm just being honest. Sometimes I have to look at the phone and be like, I'm not about to pick that shit up right. I can't do it right now. Let me get focused and get back to calling who I need to call and focusing on what I need to focus on. But I will get back to you. All right? So here we go. Down the timeline. Let's see. Am I froze again? Because it looked like we just lost a whole bunch of people. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and it is what it's always going to be. All right, cool. So we still moving. All right, that's all I want. All right, so here we go. So I'm posting up daily on Instagram now. We're working with the Instagram family. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Family, they said we reached 184 people this morning. We had 19 engagements, 9 shares. Oh my God, family. Oh my God. Let's get a family a round of applause. Y'all showing up and showing out. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? See, because what that shows is that we had people that stopped in that couldn't stay and said, fuck it, I'm going to share it. Boom. Man, that almost bring tears to my eyes. We growing and we moving fast. So it's like 9 shares. Good God Almighty. Oh my God. I ain't gonna shout out everybody that shared because everybody don't want to know. Don't want them to know. All right. Emotional debate erupts over anti-lynching legislation as Booker and Harris object to Rand Paul's amendment. So listen, family, this is how much America loves us. They still debating about a goddamn lynching bill. Now, Rand Paul says, they saying that Rand Paul is just trying to gum up the process. Rand Paul said, I don't think we're looking at it serious enough. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just amazed that there has to be a debate that lynching a motherfucker is a hate crime. Is it just me, or is kind of the concept of tying a rope around a motherfucker and hanging him up from a tree? I mean, there had to be some type of strong emotion involved, right? And usually that type of emotion, some of the shit we pay these people to debate. These motherfuckers, all of them making over 100. They making like damn near $200,000. They debating shit that you could go to a 6th grade class and be like, hey, would you consider lynching a hate crime? Mr. Brown, stop playing. That's a dumb question. You go to my office. You always go to my office. Now I'm gonna ask the question again. But the point I'm trying to make is how is this still an issue in 2020? How is there any argument about this on the floor? What is in this bill that a motherfucker got to look at and be like, hey, now this is not right. Hey. Because we got two parties that have that really don't play fair with us at all, arguing. So this is where we need our full-time nation builder or our full-time warrior and be like, yo, get that goddamn bill and see what's really inside of this. What's going on? See, because this type of stuff right here, even though it's stupid, this is stuff that we could really be able to slap people in the face when it comes election time. Because this how powerful Gye-Nyame is gonna be. Let me tell you. Because those of us in Columbus, we got pockets of families all over this country. Like, for example, let's say we don't agree with any one of these peoples. We got Kamala Harris, we got Rand Paul, we got Cory Booker. All right, Instagram, y'all about to get out. Y'all be peace. Make sure you like and share. You know what I'm saying? Check us out at gnjmedia.live if you want to continue watching. Y'all have a great morning, and I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are. Peace. All right, so let's say you don't like any one of these politicians. We are going to be able to reach out as individuals and as a collective to our groups in individual states and actually have some influence on elections in different places. Right? Because that's the goal. The goal, of course, the goal is to lock down where we are first. But if we are setting up a model and we're building a model and we got other tribes that we are related to in other places, we should be able to reach out to those tribes and be like, yo, what the fuck going on with homeboy? How's he still in office? How many members y'all got? What y'all need? Do we need to? We ain't got a lot of resources, but do y'all need some resources so that y'all gonna get somebody up there to run, or is it somebody out there that y'all need help? What's going on? Because y'all not looking good right now. That's your area, right? That's the way we should be communicating with each other. That's how we should be talking with each other. You know what I'm saying? And being able to hold each other accountable. This is your representative. This person represents you. Why are they still there? I don't believe this. Right? You know what I'm saying? What can we do to help you? All right, but yeah, they still arguing about lynching the goddamn Senate in the House. Get out of here. Get out of here. Are you serious? So, the show last night, the title was Tribal Quotes, Curfew for Grown Folks. We had 31 views last night. That's wild. One share. Okay, thank you very, very much for coming out, showing out. See, all right, we talked about the virus last night, but I ain't got time to run through it today. They got a new vaccine. They already talking about we going to produce 2 billion. 2 billion. How do you produce 2 billion of anything and you don't even know if that shit works? That shit just don't, not being on no conspiracy shit, that shit just don't sound right. It don't taste right. You know what I'm saying? You don't make 2 billion of shit if you don't know it. Yeah, you don't make 20 if you don't know it, if you don't know if it works or not. Oh my God. But all right, we already spoke about the young brother here. There's another young boy that I wanted to talk about. Let me go and find it. Let me pull it up real quick. This is an athletic story. Y'all know I ain't into athletic stories, but when I hear something like this, I want to share it. Brother John hit me to it. All right. So let me go open in browser. I'm going to share the link on my push bullet. put it up because I think this one is worthy because of what the way John was talking about this situation here. So I want to read this story to y'all real quick. This is about a young man by the name of Mikey Williams. Mikey Williams is considering an HBCU a movement that could shake up college basketball. So we have a young phenom. See, because this is what I want y'all to know that your work is not going in vain. We have a young phenom who's saying, I'm considering going to a HBCU, a move that could shake up college basketball. At 10:21 a.m. on Tuesday morning, the nation's best 15-year-old basketball player sent out an 8-word tweet with potential seismic implication. Going to a HBCU wouldn't be too bad. Instead of turning pro after high school or spending 1 year at a perennial college powerhouse, Williams signaled that he's interested in an unexplored path. He plans to consider historically black colleges and universities that are never destinations for one-and-done prospects like him. While it would be unprecedented for a player to snub the likes of Kansas or UCLA for an HBCU, William argues, now check this out, this is the young man, because when I was talking to John, I said, John, are you saying this or is this the young man? He said, Williams argues that the name brand college programs aren't the only stepping stones to the NBA. If you are a pro, then you're a pro, no matter what college you go to. Williams wrote Wednesday in an Instagram post elaborating on his interest in HBCUs. What makes going to a HBCU appealing to Williams is that the revenue listen, this is this young man. Family, our work is not going unnoticed. What makes going to a HBCU appealing to Williams is that the revenue he generates during his college career will stay within the black community. He says multiple HBCUs will make the cut next time he narrows the list of colleges he is considering. And he adds they won't just be there for show. I am riding for my people, Williams wrote. I almost bring tears to my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talking about a 15-year-old. 15 going on 16-year-old, right? I'm 10 toes behind the black community. Anyway, I can help or make a change in the black community. Best believe I am going to do that. Everybody find his YouTube channel. Find this young man's YouTube channel. His name is Mikey Williams. Let's follow him and give this young man support. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to what he's saying. I mean, this is the young man saying. This ain't some brilliant professor saying this. This is a high school young man. Can you send me meditation by the numbers when you get a chance? I can't find. I got you, bruh. But yeah, I'm just saying, family. Think about it. This is a young man. All right, let's look at what he doing. Interest from nation's top ranked rising sophomore. He's a sophomore, so we need to really we need to really pour them libations to get the ancestors working on. He's a sophomore. Came as a welcome surprise to HBCU coaches across the country. Within minutes, coaches who previously viewed William as unattainable suddenly began bombarding his AAU coach with calls and texts. Tennessee State offered Williams a scholarship on Tuesday without seeing him play in person. Norfolk State and Texas Southern did the same. By Wednesday afternoon, the dynamic 6'2" guard had piled up offers from about a dozen HBCU programs. Now, what if more of our young stars was thinking like this? This is bringing tears to my. This makes me feel good, right? Because somebody like you got to this young man. Somebody like you got to his parents and at least got the conversation going. And he realized his value. And he's saying the money that I will generate will stay in the, oh my God. Oh my God. LeBron, you need to go and hook up this young man. Somebody, y'all, he needs to have, because there's going to be motherfuckers coming out with, you know what I'm saying? We already know how sports are. We know how contact sports are, especially when you good and you got some sense. Come on, man. This dude is a sophomore. So let's find our way. All right, cool. Let's see. Tennessee State offered Williams a scholarship to boom, boom, boom. The dynamic 6'2" guard had piled up offers from about a dozen HBCUs. So he's about Cleveland size. Yeah, he played basketball. He's 6'2". I mean, I'm 6'1". You almost tall as me. I don't think any schools thought seriously about offering him until he posted that tweet. Etop Udo Uma, the coach of the talent-rich Compton Magic AAU team, told Yahoo Sports within 2 hours he had more HBCU offers than any kid I've ever coached. While a talent like Williams will instantly elevate whatever college he chooses, some HBCU coaches insist they will be happy if he picks any of their schools. They're hoping to find a trailblazers whose bold choice to come to an HBCU could inspire other elite prospects to buck conventional wisdom and do the same. For decades, predominantly white institutions, now listen to this, have ranked in revenue, in part, have raked in revenue in part because of the achievement of the black athletes. Someone like Williams could demonstrate that black athletes can generate money and exposures for HBCUs without sacrificing their pursuit of a pro career to do it. Now, you know the motherfuckers gonna hate. You know it. Well, we never really seen them compete against anybody except those in the you know they gonna hate. Right? So where the rest of the players at? Some of y'all that got connections with some of these good players, right? Right? We got a trailblazer here. Right? We need to get in some of these more young people, some more of these young people's ears, because we are generating billions for these universities. Honestly, all that it would take is one top 25 kid coming to an HBCU, being successful and going to play in the NBA. Norfolk State coach Robert Jones told Yahoo Sports, then a lot of other kids will follow. It would change everything. So then they go into the history of HBCUs. So let's go and take some time and look at that. Before the desegregation of college sports in the South, it once was common for top black athletes to attend predominantly black colleges. HBCUs produced many of the nation's best-known athletes, from Tennessee State's Wilma Randolph to Florida's A&M Bob Hayes, to Grambling State Willis Reed, to Winston-Salem State's Earl the Pearl Monroe. By the end of the Civil Rights Movement, even the most stubborn Deep South coaches knew they needed to integrate to remain competitive. Majority white institutions began siphoning away such much of the South's top black talent, positioning those schools to cash in when college sports evolved into a big dollar business and pushing HBCUs further and further behind. Consider Grambling State, home of maybe the most storied HBCU football program. In 2013, players targeted a boycott and forfeited a game in protest of the school's crumbling facilities, long bus trips to road games, and frequent coaching changes. But anyway, y'all keep on reading yourselves. This brother Tim, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go. But yo, it's been great sitting up here chopping it up with y'all. I hope that y'all have a magical day. You know what I'm saying? You deserve it. I'm out.
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift. Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
Too strong?
Yeah. We were born to be great. Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? We were born to be great.
Ayimbobe is an acronym, Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means lion, of course. With that, we're working with resiliency. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them. There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate? Yoga, meditation, and Bube. Mind, body, universal balance, empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?